What Even is Gender by Briggs and George challenges the common assumption that gender is a single, clearly defined concept. Debates about gender often become confusing because the term is used to refer to many different things, including social roles, personal identity, stereotypes, biological traits, and systems of power. Rather than offering one universal definition, the book proposes a more precise vocabulary for understanding the many dimensions of gendered life. Written by two non binary philosophers, the book emphasizes the values of diversity, personal freedom, and self determination. The authors begin by criticizing the concept of gender identity, which is often described as an inner sense of being a man, woman, or another gender. This idea attempts to explain too many different experiences at once. People may have feelings about their bodies, their behaviors, or the social categories applied to them, but these experiences do not always align. To address this problem, the authors introduce the concept of gender fields. Gender fields are personal desires, preferences, or attitudes related to different aspects of gender. They divide gendered experience into three categories. The first is sexed biology, including physical characteristics such as hormones, body shape, and reproductive anatomy. The second is gendered behavior, which includes clothing, interests, gestures, and social practices commonly associated with masculinity or femininity. The third is gender categories such as man, woman, or non binary. People may have different feelings about each of these dimensions, and there is no need to assume that they all stem from a single underlying identity. The book also examines the role of gender norms, which are social expectations connecting gender categories to specific behaviors or bodily traits. For example, the expectation that women should wear makeup links a social category to a particular behavior. The problem is not the behavior, but the coercive norm that pressurizes people to conform. Consequently, they distinguish between gender traits and the social rules governing those traits. Their goal is not to abolish gender altogether, but to challenge oppressive gender norms. Another important theme is the importance of respecting individuals' reports about their own experiences. People are generally the best authorities on their own feelings and desires. They criticize common assumptions that dismiss transgender experiences, such as the belief that concerns about one's body are superficial, sexually motivated, or incompatible with self acceptance. They maintain that personal preferences regarding one's body deserve the same respect granted to any other deeply held preference. The final chapters address the question of gender categories themselves. The authors reject the idea that categories such as woman or man can be defined by a fixed set of biological or behavioral characteristics. They advocate gender self determination, the principle that individuals should have significant authority in deciding how they are categorized. Gender categories function as social labels rather than natural essences. Like personal names, they gain meaning through social recognition and individual choice. The book concludes by arguing that gender is not one thing but many interconnected phenomena. Rather than searching for a single essence of gender, society should embrace complexity, diversity, and personal autonomy. The authors envision a world in which individuals are free to shape their bodies, express themselves, and choose the gender categories that best reflect their lives without coercion or discrimination.